Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sunny, and this video right here is the monthly horoscope for Sagittarius, for the sign Sagittarius, for your sun and rising sign Sagittarius, for the month of May 2019. Once again, this is Sagittarius, May 2019. Welcome back to the Sunny Side, everyone. Once again, I'm Sunny, and welcome back. This is these videos tend to be a little bit long, so just settle in and chill out. Put it on in the background. Do whatever you got to do. I'm shuffling the cards here because it is a horoscope video. We'll look at your chart in a second, but I know you guys like when I pull cards for you, so shuffling the cards, and I'll pull one card. There's a separate tarot video if you want to see what your monthly tarot is. Also, anyways, that's the action. For those who don't know, I'm a professional astrologer, and I do write horoscopes for some of the newspapers up here in Canada. If you want your personal reading, check it out in the description box below. In addition to that, this month in May, right here, we have I have a workshop. Every month I have a different workshop. And it tends to alternate. 1 month astrology, the next month tarot, and this month, for the month of May 2019, it's going to be astrology, and it's all about understanding your rising sign and how it fits in with your sun sign. And that's the action. If you want to know more about that, check it out in the description box below. There's a link to some more information on the website, on one of my websites. On top of all of that, there's tons of live streams on the channel. You could just tune into the live stream and ask some questions, and if I don't answer, one of the SunnySiders, the people in the group will answer it. In addition to that, there's a really cool Mother's Day special that's coming up, or that's here right now, and it's your birth chart report for only $30 and your progress chart report for only $30. Everybody knows what your natal chart is, or your birth chart report, but did you know that your chart changes over time? It sure does. And that's called your progress chart. And for example, you might be born a really an introverted Taurus and live the first number of years of your lives, anywhere from 1 to 30 years of your life, and then suddenly you blossom into this really outgoing, dynamic, dramatic, flamboyant Leo, and everybody be like, what happened to her? I didn't know she was It's because you've matured, or your chart has matured or progressed into a Leo chart, a Leo sun chart. Now, it's not that simple. Because of retrogrades, not all of your planets are going to progress one sign forward or 2 signs forward, depending on how old you are. Some will retrograde backwards, some will retrograde forward, some will stay the same. It all depends. And that's your progress chart report. There's a link to that in the description box below. I guess I might as well just show it to you really quickly. There's a link to that in the description box below. Oh, this is the Astro-Side. Here's our store. I'll show you that some other time. But I put it here on my music website to kind of hide it a little bit from everybody, because it's just for you guys. It's not for everybody. And on this, I use Donald Trump's report as an example. And so we have his natal report, and it's right here, and it goes on and on and on and on. This is what your birth chart looks like. Moon opposite Uranus, Moon sextile Jupiter, Venus in Cancer, Venus in the 11th house. It goes on and on and on and on. But over time, his chart has changed. And then I put his progressed chart up. And his progressed chart is different. You know, he's now a Leo. Now he's going to come across as a Libra rising. His sun has moved from Gemini all the way through Leo, all the way into Virgo. Sorry. He's a little older, right? His sun's moved all the way to Virgo. Sun in the 10th house is all about his career. Sun conjunct the moon is in the 10th house, is all about his career. And this goes on and on and on. So if you want to know about that stuff, just check it out. There's a link in the description box below. And I dropped, I think that's on TheSunnySide.net. It's also on my music website right here. And that's the action. Oh, this is our store, theastroside.com. There's always a link in the description box below for that kind of stuff. All right. And that's the action. Everybody cool? So, once again, this month we have a workshop coming up, Understanding Your Rising Sign, and the progress chart is on, your report is on sale. All right, Sag, let's get down to it. First up, the King of Wands. This is all about responsibilities, about your actions. So the wands are the fire that burns within. Wands in astrology, this is a tarot card. Wands in astrology represent the fire signs. Wands are made out of wood. You need wood to make fire. you don't necessarily need to, you know, but like back when they made these, you needed wood to make fire. So wands represent the fire signs, and fire represents ambition, passion, let's get things going. You know, wands, you know, passion, let's get things going. The fire signs, Aries, hey, let's get on this. Sagittarius, hey, let's have a good time and go have fun. Leo, dramatic, playful. And the kings are all about responsibility. So Sag, oh, it's interesting. I just clued in, we're doing Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. So get out there and do your thing. Try and be responsible with your passions. You know, someone might come along who's going to try and control what you want to do. And when you look at your astrology, you're going to see there's going to be a dose, especially at the beginning of the month, of a lot of loud and proud. You know, Jupiter, the first thing we're going to talk about is Jupiter opposing Mars, and you're going to see that tends to mean everything is going to be loud and proud and very demonstrative. So when that happens, the King of Wands is saying, be responsible with your expressions. All right, Sag? Okay, that's the action. That's the first thing. King of Wands. Next. Here we go. That was wonderful, Sonny. Congratulations. You did a wonderful job explaining that. Saggies are our most impatient sign. Okay. All right, here we go. So the first thing that's going to happen in the month. So I started the month on May 4th up here. No big deal. Just to show you guys what's going on. Now, as the month begins, we talk, and you know, if you want to know more about this particular aspect that I just outlined, check out your daily horoscopes or your weekly horoscopes on the channel on TheSunnySide.net, because we've been going on and on and on and on about this. So here's what happened. Here's a little recap. So Jupiter's gone retrograde in your first house. That means something about you, about your identity. You know, maybe your eyebrows, or you got some weird tattoo on your face, or maybe like you changed your hair, something. Maybe you got some weird piercing that's coming out of your nose or something. And anyways, this is all about your appearance and how you are presented in the world. It also is about your weight. Saggies might have been Saggies, you guys might have been gaining weight for the last year, and you might have been very lucky in the last year, and you might have been very, hey, look at me, and you might have had a lot of support, and everything was, you know, there would have been problems financially, and there might have been some problems in your relationships, there might have been problems with the kids, but you were always pretty good. Everyone was always checking you out. You seemed to be okay. There might have been problems with your brothers and sisters, you know, your relatives, you know, so, but you know, you were always expansive. I know the weight is a problem right now, but you're pretty lucky. You should be very optimistic about yourself and where you're going in this world. You might have started a fitness program. You might have changed some habits, stopped smoking, stopped drinking. You know, things were pretty good for Sag. But now, in the last couple of weeks, the brakes are on, and it's like, what the hell is going on? Like, everything is suddenly stopped, and you're like, all of your forward progress is halted, and you're wondering what's going on. Saggies, you guys might be getting depressed. You might be feeling significantly less optimistic about things about yourself. Like if you started jogging, you might have stopped jogging because life got busy and you're getting very discouraged about it. You may have been dieting and you're discouraged about your diet. Something about you, you specifically is going to be discouraging. So, you know, just be careful. Optimism will return at the end of the summer. So you just have to persevere through this particular downtrend of energy. In addition to that, you might have had some kind of money-making opportunity. This here is in your astro sector of finances. And this is the big deal. Stuff's been happening since 2016. We've been talking about this over endlessly. We've been talking about this for a long time here on the channel. And it's something from your past. You have the opportunity to revisit it. Some kind of monster fuckery has been happening since 2016 with your money. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what it is. Maybe at the end of 2015, but some monster, you know, you stepped in some real financial, get that shit off my shoe kind of action. And last month, it would have passed through. So it's your money. So maybe you got a new job at work and it wasn't working out for you, or maybe you didn't get that promotion that you wanted, or something happened financially and you were at peace with it. Or maybe you did have that breakthrough. You know, it's for better or worse. And so, everybody's a little bit different. How you handle your opportunities in life. It's an individual thing. Some people seize the day, some people let opportunity pass them by, and it's all up to you personally, Sagittarius. So moving forward, in the month of April, you would have been, okay, whatever, Hakuna Matata, let's get on with this thing. You know, I don't feel very optimistic anyway, so what the fuck, let's just move on. But now, at the end of April, suddenly, you're going back to those money-making opportunities. You're like, hey, you know what? That person at that got hired instead of me, it didn't work out. Maybe I'm going to go back and try and get that job. Or, so you should do that. You should reapply to jobs that you were passed over for recently, or you should go back, return, and look at some money-making opportunities. Go back and look at your investments, right? Just go back and check it out and say, hey, you know what? All the stock markets, all the stock, and I was so optimistic about the stock market, and then fucking like I picked all the wrong stocks, man. And like, just go back and have a look at it. You know, there's a high possibility that your finances are going to be restructured this summer, and if you do it effectively, you're going to come out significantly farther ahead. So it's a great time to go back and have a look at your finances, but it's going to be a little bit painful, and so it's going to be a little bit painful, and it's going to be a little bit permanent. So you got to watch out for that kind of situation. In addition, so that's what's going on with that. So that's a big one that I had written down. Okay, that is the big energy, and you're going to be feeling that for the rest of the summer. In addition to that, right around this time, on the 4th, I think it's the 4th, we have the new moon. This is what a new moon looks like. The sun conjunct the moon. And the new moon is going to be in your astro sector of work, habits, and day-to-day stuff, and pets. So, on one hand, Saggies, you might go out and get a new pet. I don't know, maybe you're going to buy a new horse, maybe you're going to buy a new dog, maybe you're going to adopt a cat, maybe you're going to get a raccoon or a squirrel, I don't know, but like, you're going to, Saggies might get a new pet in the month of May. In addition, maybe a new fish, I don't know. In addition to all of that, Saggies don't tend to like to be tied down with pets. They like to play with animals every once in a while, but they don't like the, you know, having to be tied down to come home and feed them all the time. Saggies like a free-spirited sign. But anyways, new beginnings in your day-to-day life. So that means you might get a new job, Sagittarius. You might get a new habit. You know, you might stop smoking. You might start smoking. And that's the action. Your health should be pretty good. Your health should be pretty good, and you might get a new job. All right. What else is going on here? You are in a romantic cycle to start the month, and it's going to cruise through up until about the 15th of May, and then you know, you're going to go into a work cycle. So for the first half of the month, you're definitely in a romantic cycle. All right, what else is happening on Lilith? So there's a lot going on. We have all of this stuff with your money that's happening. That's holy smokes. Then you might have a new job, or you might start a new habit or get a new pet. That's a big deal too. You are in a romantic cycle right now, so get out and start dating. Saggies might be pregnant or doing stuff with the kids. In addition to that, at the beginning of the month, we have this other energy that's happening right here. And that's Mars is opposing Jupiter. And when Mars opposes Jupiter, people are loud and proud. You know, they're putting a lot of energy into certain areas of their chart, and they're very boastful and bragging about it. It's very much like a Muhammad Ali kind of thing. Muhammad Ali was the best, right? But I'm just saying, float like a butterfly. I say, hey, you look at me. Like, it's a major trash talking kind of thing. And it's happening in your astro sector of relationships. So you're really going to speak loud and proud with your partner. Or you might have a conflict of egos with your partner. I'll say it again. Sagittarius, you might have a conflict of egos with your partner. Be very careful about that to start the month. But so what? You're still in a romantic cycle, so get out and have fun. On top of all of that, Lilith, this guy right here, the Black Moon Lilith, there are 3 different Liliths for those who are new to astrology, but the one we tend to use most often is the Black Moon. And the Black Moon is where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's eternal damnation. It's where you tend to fuck things up. Even if, no matter how hard you try, you tend to fuck it up. And right now, Sag, that's in your astro sector of your physical home and your relationship with your mother. So Saggies, you're entering into a cycle where you're gonna be arguing with your mother, and you're gonna have some fucked up problems at home. Maybe you're gonna maybe you moved into a new house recently, like in the last 5-6 months, and it might not be working out. You know, you might be thinking of buying a house, and it might not work. You're gonna just fuck it up. And you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So maybe you're trying to please somebody, and you try and please somebody, and like they're not happy with you, or you know, you just have too many people to please right now, and you have a conflict of egos. So when you have a conflict of egos and you're trying to please people, it's just not going to work. So like, don't sweat it. You know, get out, do your Sagittarius best, and just have fun. Just go and have fun. All right, just go out, Sag, and have a lot of fun. You know, money, like 2 major things in your chart. Money is like, you really have to take care of this. There's a money responsibility, an opportunity from the past that you thought you missed. You're going to go back and check it out financially. Romantically, it should be a very romantic time for you. Once again, conflict of egos. You're damned if you do in your home life. All right, anything else? So people are going to take risks. People are going to be gambling, especially in relationship sides. You're going to take risks and gamble in relationships. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's move forward. So as we move forward to right around the 14th or the 15th, things are going to change a little bit. Things are going to change right around the 14th or the 15th. That's when the energy of the month is going to shift. So at this time, as you'll see, Venus is going to move into here. And this is going to give you a lot of, it's not going to give you energy. Mars is usually the guy that's giving you energy. But Venus is going to make your day-to-day life nice and chill. Now, there's a warning here. Venus is moving into this astro sector right here. And this is your day-to-day stuff. It's going to make your day-to-day life nice and easy and nice and chill. So, remember, you're having a situation with money, right? Right around see that? Saturn is going to take away this thing from the past. You're having a thing with money. Now, this is what you do every day. One of the ways that things get really good and nice, one of the ways that you can have a lot of spare time during the day is if you lose your job. You hear me, Sag? So, just like one of the ways you can get a break on the rent is being evicted. If you're evicted, you don't pay your rent. You don't have to pay rent because you got no one to pay rent to. One of the ways that you can have a lot of free time in your day is if you lose your job. So be careful. You know, Saggies, be careful. So something is going to happen with your job in the second half of the month. Your days are going to free up. Your health is going to get better. This is a great month to work on your habits and work on your health. Get back to the gym. You know, this guy is retrograde. Saturn's retrograde in your first house. Jupiter's retrograde in your first house. It's not really, you might not really be feeling it. So sometimes you just got to get up and push on anyways. And that's really what's going on with Sagittarius. Anyways, so the month is in 2 halves. Its first half is up until the 15th. You're in a romantic cycle and kids are good. In the second half of the month, you have to worry about your career and your health. As far as relationships, loud and proud for the first half of the month. You know, you might have conflict of egos for the first half. In the second half of the month, right, when Mars moves into Cancer, you have to focus on joint finances. Something is going to happen in the second half of the month where your partner is going to spend a lot of money. So whoever your partner is, your partner is going to spend a lot of money. You might spend a lot of money on your partner. It also means you have to watch out for sex bumps and leaks and oozing, and just watch out for problems sexually, Sagittarius, for the second half of the month. It also means in the second half of the month, legal battles, legal problems, a lot of energy going into child support payments. This sector here is all about money that people give to you for someone else, and Mars is going there, so you're going to have to fight for it. So the money that someone's supposed to give you money to take care of something, and they might not give it to you. It could be something simple like at work, like like say they're like, hey, go get some coffees for everybody. You're like, hey, I'm gonna go get some coffees for everybody, and you go get coffee for everybody, and you come back and like nobody wants to pay you. You're like, what the hell? Then Mars kicks in. You're gonna fight to get paid for the thing you did for somebody else. That's what's going on. It could be something simple like that, or it could be something more involved like child support. You have to fight for the child support payments, or it could be a legal battle, child support. You know, see the progression that I'm using right here? Going to get coffee, then a child support payment, then a legal battle. It is a progression. And then so a legal battle might come at you out of the blue, and then you're going to have to fight it. So that's the situation. Your legal battle might be a fight about work, or I don't know, it depends on what you're going through, but it's definitely going to involve some money, and you are going to have to fight for money, you know, that someone owes you, or your partner is going to spend money like crazy. They're going to Mars it up. And so that's the action, Sagittarius. That really sucks. Anyways, so let's do a recap. Let's do a recap here. So the month is in 2 halves. It's really going to switch around the 15th. So right now, you're significantly less optimistic about yourself and your weight and how you look. You're not feeling pretty. All right, whatever, man. Then something is going to happen to revisit and revise your finances. You're going to go back and, you know, take a second opportunity about some financial opportunity that you had that you thought had passed you by, which is great. Really work on it. Right around the 15th, something is going to take away and make a major ending to that thing that's been going on for a long time, especially financially. So watch out. There's a major ending happening this month. So I'll say it again. Sagittarius, you're going to have a major ending, and it's probably going to be something financially. Watch. Okay, so that's what's going on. We're going around the circle here, just to let you know. So we're going around the chart. So something with your identity and how you feel. You might not be feeling pretty. Watch your weight, of course. Watch your health. A money thing, you're going to have a major financial ending. Then watch your job. Make sure you don't lose your job. Then you might very seriously think about moving for some reason. You know, like people don't lose their job and start moving. Or maybe you get promoted. You might get that job you always wanted, and then you get promoted. And then you decide to move. But you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're probably fighting with your parents. In addition to that, also watch the health of your parents. In addition to that, you start the month in a very serious romantic mood for the first half of the month. And, you know, children are good. Children are going to break your heart for the next little while. So just don't fight with the kids. Okay, just letting you know that about kids. Anyways, or creative projects are going to break your heart. You're going to have to fight for that. Anyways, it starts off with, okay, so you're in a romantic cycle to start the month, although you might have ego problems. Moving forward, okay, and then the second half of the month, your days are going to free up dramatically. So once again, be careful about your job. You could easily lose your job. And so that's what's going on. You might get a new pet this month. On top of all of that, you might be, so love is really good, dating is really good, but committed relationships, you're going to have ego problems. And in the second half of the month, watch out for major legal battles and your partner spending money like crazy. And finally, one last thing, on the 18th, okay, so that's the recap. On the 18th, so this month is not really that complicated. There's so much, that thing in your financial sector is such a big deal that you just got to take it all in stride, you know. And so, okay, let's see this. On the 18th, this full moon is going to be right here, almost right on top of your ascendant. Holy crow. Anyways, for most of you guys, though, it's going to be behind your sun. And that means you're going to have some kind of new beginning not new beginnings, something behind the scenes that you've been doing, Sagittarius, is going to just come out and be exposed. So I would just take a wild guess and say, Saggies, you guys are thinking about moving, or you're starting a new career, one or the other. Or three, moving, new career, or having kids. And that's the big deal. And you're doing it behind the scenes. No one knows you're doing it. But halfway through the month, when we have the full moon in Scorpio, everybody's going to find out about all this stuff you've been doing. So maybe you bought a new house, maybe you moved, we're going to find out about it. Maybe you got a new job, we're going to find out about it. And that's the deal. But it's going to happen around the middle of the month. Later on, towards the end of the month, after the 20th, the spotlight's obviously going into relationships. And that's the action, Sag. So just be super cool. You're going to have permanent changes in your finances, big changes in your money right now. So just be super cool with it. Like it's like a big deal. And that's the action. One more thing before we get out of here, of course. This is the astroside.com. This is our store here on the SunnySide. SLC, my super beautiful wife, designed everything here on the channel. You know, and if you want to support the channel, you can just donate the PayPal description box below with the PayPal link, or you can go to the Astro side and pick up one of these cool SunnySide mugs or hoodies or t-shirts. They're really cool. Sagittarius really likes it. Sagittarius tends to, you know, they tend to be a pretty big supporter of the SunnySide. All right, you guys can check that out when you get a chance. And finally, if you want to, this is what the sale is this month. It's our astrology reports here, and there's a link in the description box. And if you just want to see what Donald Trump's chart looks like, then just head over. There's a link in the description box below. And that's the action. Woo! These monthly videos take forever, man. All right, from TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sonny. Wishing all Saggies the absolute best of a super, super beautiful day. And be cool, Sag. It's going to be one hell of a ride this month. So just be cool. And I'll see you guys soon.